This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. The history of Egypt is one of the richest and the most extraordinary examples of how people could be devoted to their roots and traditions and what methods they could use to protect and improve their own culture. Egyptian art was influenced by various things: religion, politics, relations with different countries, environment, and citizens' treatment. Due to such a close connection, Egyptian art became recognizable by different countries within a short period, and Egyptian pyramids are considered one of the first and the most marvelous world wonders. 3 magnificent pyramids of the desert at Giza have a long history that began over 4,000 years ago and represented a true marvel of architectural art. Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure were the kings under which orders the pyramids were built, and the kings under those actions and ideas and principles will be saved and protected by the power of the pyramids. Reasons to create pyramids in ancient Egypt. The idea of pyramid creation dates back more than 4,000 years ago and is accepted as another powerful form of sophistication of the necessity to cover royal platforms. During the period when the 4th dynasty of Egypt ruled, the 3 most famous pyramids were built. They were those of Khufu, also known as Cheops, Menkaure, also known as Mycerinus, and Khafre, also known as Chephren. These pyramids symbolized the power of Egyptian pharaohs and the idea of wealth that was inherent to the Egyptian nation in the Old Kingdom. Though the kings of the Old Kingdom built pyramids not for the sun god but for the gods they themselves incarnated, they nonetheless strove to create a sacred space partaking of the eternity of the heavens. Each of the above-mentioned pyramids has its own peculiarities and functions. Different pharaohs and queens found pieces in these sites, and nowadays, people come to see this wonder and demonstrate their respect, memory, and care about their past and history. The magnificence of pyramids. The Great Pyramid of Khufu. This pyramid was named after King Khufu, who came to the throne of Egyptian land around 2589 BC, and spent more than 20 years building it. It is necessary to admit that only this pyramid is considered to be one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world and the only one that remains. It was the highest building until the French people introduced the Eiffel Tower. And finally, it is still the most intact building in the whole world. About 2,300,000 stone blocks were used to create this wonder, and tens of thousands of skilled workers, but not slaves, participated in this building process. The Pyramid of Khafre. The son of Khufu, Khafre, was the second pyramid builder under whose rule another large pyramid was created. At first sight, it seems that the Khafre pyramid is higher in comparison to Khufu's. However, it is possible only due to the fact that it takes place on higher ground. This pyramid does not have anything in common with the first creation except the entrance, which is also on the north-facing side. This 15-meter entrance introduces a relatively narrow corridor leading to a large burial room where several ancient rituals took place. Khafre offered to use the symbol of the Sphinx as the guardian of tombs in the pyramid. However, after his death, this idea was forgotten, and nobody wanted to recognize its power again. The Pyramid of Menkaure. In spite of the fact that this pyramid is the lowest and the youngest among these 3 buildings, it still plays a vital role in the history of Egypt and contains the tombs of the pharaoh of the 4th dynasty, Menkaure. The point is that Menkaure died before the construction was finished. This is why many of his ideas and suggestions were not taken into consideration. Maybe because of his death, the material of the pyramid was changed from white limestone to pink granite, which was popular in the city of Assmann. It is hard to imagine how magnificent the 3rd pyramid could be if the king was alive and finished the construction to exceed all expectations and become a good substitution for his father and grandfather. Conclusion. The role of pyramids in Egypt is significant indeed. Each king made numerous attempts to demonstrate his power and wealth by means of pyramids and other buildings. The pharaohs like Khufu, Menkaure, and Khafre, who came from the 4th dynasty, left probably the most significant and fantastic heritage that is now recognizable by the whole world. The 3 pyramids of Giza attract the attention of people because of different purposes: to grasp the idea of Egyptian culture, to learn more about the architecture of ancient buildings, to understand the essence of traditions and the significance of pharaohs' lives, etc. Evaluating these 3 pyramids helps to realize that Egyptian art is one of the most delicate and unique arts in the world that cannot be duplicated under any conditions. Did you like this The Pyramids of Giza sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs, without even having to register.